Hey guys, this is your boy Marcus and welcome back to my Master League with Swansea City, and this is episode 13, I believe it's episode 13. And again, for you, I have 3 matches, 2 in the Premier, I think it's 2 in the Premier League, 2 in the Premier League and 1 in, of course, the Europa League return leg with me facing off against Porto. But of course, Sunderland in the first match, and Sunderland, what a team. Fletcher, Giaccherini, Adam Johnson, Kallstrom. Actually got Kim Kallstrom. Got Keesing Young as well, who I was going to bring back in the January transfer, and I just thought, nah, don't really need him, because of course I've got Wilshere and stuff. So I actually did a thing I said which I didn't do, which I said I wouldn't do in the last episode, and I actually rested a lot of players for this match. Michu was more or less my first starter. I think Vorm was in goal. But all the other players, I actually decided to rest for the return leg against Porto. Usually I don't do this, usually I don't try and go for Europa League. But of course it's still technically early season. Nyang, they're getting a nice shot away. Nyang did start, so this was technically his first start in the season. And he played pretty decently at the beginning. 0-0 at half time. There's been 5 shots, 5 on target. The goalkeeper for Sunderland, Vito Manone, I believe it's Manone. Well, some people pronounce it Manone. I think it's Manone. So I'll say Manone. So Manone is making some good saves. 64 minutes on the clock. Diakite gets past my defence. Don't know what I was doing with Matip. Don't know what I was doing in general. And Fletcher scores past Vorm. Now what the hell is Vorm doing in there? I don't have a bloody clue. He just lets the ball go over his head and scores. So I was like, alright then, Kanyas will run forward here. 77 minutes on the clock. Kanyas will get a shot away, and Kanyas hits the post. And Alvaro misses an open goal. Now Alvaro does this several times in the season. It was the most annoying thing in the world. And then in the last minutes of the match, Zuniga just decides to take out, I decided to take out Stephen Fletcher with Zuniga. And Zuniga gets a red card, or a second yellow card, so he'll be out of the next match. So I can rest him for the most likely the Europa League game after. Keesing actually misses the free kick. And 1-0 to Sunderland. So actually got beat. Bloody hell, beat again. Fantastically poor. So fantastic from Sunderland. I mean, they had 9 shots, 4 on target, so I'm not really going to complain. Like I was saying, Manone, man of the match, what you expected. So, like I was saying, this is a return leg now, of course, between Swansea and Porto. It was 2-2 after the first leg, and of course, Boney scoring literally in the last minutes of the match. So Swansea we were going out there to try and win. Just not concede, just try and win by a couple goals. I played an unbelievably strong team, and there you go. Boney, Michu, Paulo Hernandez, Dyer, Jonjo Shelvey. I mean, that's my strongest team. That is my strongest team. Matip in there instead of Chico Flores. And of course, Vorm in goal instead of Zabret. Because Zabret is absolutely useful. Useless. And there's Big Zuniga there, of course, having his red card against Sunderland. He, of course, gets to stay out the next Premier League match anyway, so I decided to play him. He was a bit tired actually in this match, but it didn't really make a difference because he was not playing in the match after that anyway, so it didn't really make any difference. So, of course, we were going to kick off Michu there, and I think that is Maicon. I believe it's Maicon. That's not Maicon, it was Fernandinho guy, but that's not Fernandinho, so I don't know who it was. But yes, I don't know. Fernando, I'd give a guess. But anyway, Fernando's who it was. But in the 29th minute, Michu here gets through on goal. Michu gets saved, makes the keeper make a good save. From the corner kick, Ashley Williams heads it. Again, keeper makes an absolutely fantastic save. But for some reason, the referee brings it back and gives me a penalty. So I was like, well, then I was looking, I was like, well, no problem, like, fine with me. So I looked and I was like, where the hell is this penalty? Where? Like, yeah, I see a player fall over, Wilfred Boney falls over. I was like, what the hell, how are you giving a penalty? Jonjo Shelvey actually misses a penalty. Unbelievable poor penalty from Jonjo Shelvey. And I sort of was like, oh god, I need to really score and redeem myself, which I actually do with Jonjo Shelvey by running down here, gets his shot away, low shot, and keeper makes an absolutely fantastic save. He comes back and pops it into the back of the net. So Jonjo Shelvey scores 1-0 to Swansea, so basically 3-2 on aggregate. And in the last minutes of the half, Michu gets through on goal. Michu gets a shot away, should have scored, I don't know what I was doing, and then that was that. So half-time score 1-0 to Swansea. So basically we're doing really well. We're not suffering any defeats, we're not suffering any losses, we're sort of dominating all over the park. We've had 0 shots, we've had 9, 5 on target, 52 possession and 78 pass completion, I believe. But in the 73rd minute here, Boney gets a shot away, Boney scores, game done, dusted, boom, bosh, bash. Or bash, bomb, boom, whatever you say. But 2-0, and that was it. So Williams just cleared it. I just decided to do a little manual clearance because there was no point trying to play a ball forward to Boney when he was only literally about 20 yards away. So then you look at his final stats. we deserved to win. You had 15 shots, 9 on target, 70 pass completion. We had a little bit less possession than we did at half time, but I'm not going to complain about that because it really doesn't matter. It's all about the final result, and 2-0 was the final result. John Joe Shelby got man of the match with a 7.0 rating. It's an absolute beast. If you should really try playing it with him. But in the next round, we Schalke, Borussia Dortmund, I believe it's Wolfsburg, Inter, Olympiacos, Liverpool, Tottenham, Lazio, Moscow, St Etienne, Udinese. I think pretty decent team. I'm sure I got things up against Udinese. I believe it's Udinese or Olympiacos, which will be not maybe the next episode or the episode after that. It's one of them. But yes, so we're into the final match of this episode, and it is against Southampton. Now, if you remember the Southampton match before, remember it was a 3-3 epic game where they scored and I scored, and they scored 2, then I scored 2, and it was minted, and Mitri scored like the final winner in like the last minutes of the match. But yes, we had a big, I think it was a game against, I want to say Stoke or someone after this. We had a game after which will be the first game episode of next episode. But I rested a lot of players, so Pozuelo was playing, like, I don't really usually even play Pozuelo. He's not really good in terms of playing attacking midfield. He's usually better as a right or left midfielder because he's too short to play an attacking midfield role. So with that being said, Boney of course played Pozuelo, Shelby, Ben Davies actually played again at left back. Pablo Hernandez played, of course, because Pablo's an absolute beast. I mean, look at that. He's just running past Wanayama. No trouble at all. Gets the ball through to Wilfred Boney. Boney takes the touch and Boney scores. He's so goddamn clinical. He's so composed. He's so amazing. So, at half-time, it's 1-0 to Swansea. And basically, we're doing well. We're stopping them. We're not conceding as much possession. We're playing some good football, stuff like this, bish, bosh, bash. And look at that, poor pass completion, 60, I think it's 60%, absolutely dreadful, but it doesn't really make a difference, because in the 78th minute here, Sharp on the ball, Williams doesn't really decide to stop him, but Zabret actually makes a pretty decent save. I'm sure it was Zabret in goal. In the 88th minute here, Pozuelo on the ball, skins past 2 players, Klein cannot stop him, gets a shot away, keeper makes an absolutely fantastic save, and again, Alvaro misses an open goal. And I thought, oh god, it's going to come back and bite me. And it nearly did, because De Prado here crosses the ball. Sharp takes a shot. Keeper makes a save. Ben Davies gives Sharp back the ball. Sharp takes another shot. Sharp has an open goal and decides to run out of play. And I was like, oh my god, like, thank the Lord. Like, Jesus, save me. Jesus of Nazareth, thank you. Sango Rango has a shot in the final minutes. Miller Darton, I believe, is the goalkeeper, or Smilla Durante's goalkeeper, makes a save, and that was that. So 1-0 was the final score. An absolutely fantastic little battle of midfield possession. Let me look at that. Pass completion 75. I've improved from the half-time. But look at that possession, 61%. Jesus Christ. But of course, Ashley Williams 6.5 winning rating, man of the match. But with those results, we're 4th in the table, 50 points. Man United are 3rd. Man City are 2nd. Chelsea are 1st. Arsenal are 5th. Stoke are 6th. And Liverpool are 7th. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more. And catch you later.